Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1310, and today's topic is the role of plasma in controlled thermonuclear fusion, that is CTF. And in the year 2025, lot of advancement, development with new technologies, with new material. A lot of work is going on in the field of plasma technology, in the field of laser technology that I have already discussed. And today, in continuation of the plasma technology and its impact in future, is very I can say is having lot of bright future in energy sector. Why I am saying this? Because if this controlled plasma is bombarded and fused the two nuclei of isotope of hydrogen at 150 million degrees centigrade temperature, then definitely with this fusion, huge amount of energy will be released, more than 10 times energy as compared to any other nuclear fusion. It is fusion. And here, to discuss this new technology, let me make it clear for all of you to understand that it is actually the fourth state of matter. On this earth, there are three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. And in space, in the universe, these gases, when lot of energy is supplied, the same hydrogen which is found in isotope form, and the concept of isotope changed the chemistry when it came in early 1912 and 15, because up to Dalton, Bohr model, Rutherford model of atom, their concept was only that all elements like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, they are contain same type of particle. But later on it was discovered that no, it is not true. Carbon is not having the same carbon. Sometimes there will be carbon 12, sometimes there will be carbon 13 isotope. Hydrogen will be sometimes hydrogen, sometimes isotope deuterium, and sometimes isotope platinum. And when this concept was cleared, that these elements is not necessary they will contain the same elements and particles of carbon and hydrogen or nitrogen. And after that, lot of discovery was there, and they found that we can replicate the sun. Because what is sun? Chemically speaking, what is sun? Sun is nothing but the mixture of isotope of hydrogen in the form of plasma, where fusion reaction is taking place at very high temperature. And in that fusion reaction of these two, deuterium and tritium, huge amount of energy is released. And that what energy we are receiving, that is your sun. And today in 2025, in France, there is a reactor, research institute, where they are successful to fuse the isotope of hydrogen at 150 degrees centigrade million temperature. And I mentioned in my previous lecture, and lot of bombardment of questions came to me, and I had to reply to them. I said that very soon, every country will be having its own sun hanging in orbit, orbiting around every country. people ask questions. And some religious people ask such questions that the doomsday is close if it is happening. I say it is not doomsday. It is technology. It is the advancement of technology. And whenever there is advancement of technology, people will say that we are close to doomsdays. No, accept technology. Technology is not going to wait for you. New emerging technology, new findings. For example, we have the same matter. And matter, while it was in the Stone Age, the same stone was there, same matter was there, but they were not having thousands of new products out of same matter. In millions of years of our experience and research, these same matters are transformed into amazing things. And every day it is transforming into amazing things. And today we are going to quantum age, from digital age. So please open your mind, your brain, your thinking, your imagination. Don't keep limited thinking with only religion. I am practicing Muslim, but I am very open in technology and science. I am ready to accept that. Why not? We should have our sun orbiting. It's not that it is, if once there is sun, then God will be angry. Nothing like. God is not Nigerian or God is not Indian. God is universal. God is creator. Is given a lot of intellectual power in the form of conscious and subconscious. So when I mentioned this thing, it was because of plasma fusion. And definitely, with all today's chemistry and technology knowledge and plasma chemistry, I am 100% confident. If anybody is asking, I am saying, people are saying that the nuclear reaction fusion in sun is having limitation. Maybe after 1 billion, 2 billion, it will lose its energy. I say, so what? If it will lose its energy, by that time human beings are so smart that they will be having their own suns. Every country will be having their suns. And that sun will be capable to keep their country for billions of years because of the creation of plasma. So now let me make it in a very simple so that you can understand. What I have told in the beginning, gas. Gas is nothing but it is the particles of atom or matter, whatever, in gaseous form. We are applying energy. And here, when they are getting energy, they became highly energetic. And they are more expansion has taken place. But still, the electron is moving around the nucleus. Electron is moving around the nucleus. And electron. So again, when you are supplying more energy, so in that case, if you are supplying such amount of energy, where from atom in gaseous form is enough to separate the nucleus and electron, that's all. So here what will happen? The electron is separated from this nucleus, and here electron is separated, and electron is separated. Here it became positive, is positive, and this electron is separated from here. So it is the plasma state. Plasma state has been created by supplying huge amount of energy, and they are in plasma fourth state. That is nothing but it is the separation of electron from atom, and ions are there, electrons together are there. All is called plasma state of matter, fourth state of matter. And then again, once they are separated, like deuterium. So deuterium and tritium, once their electron is separated from their nucleus, then they are fused. And for that fusion, we need 150 million degrees centigrade temperature, how to control to fuse them. And once they are fused, then huge amount of energy is released. So for example, if I am saying hydrogen, so hydrogen is having 3 isotopes. 3 isotope means very clear. One is hydrogen. Hydrogen is having 1 electron and 1 proton. Hydrogen is the only atom in periodic table which is without any neutron. If it is a question from any chemist, the students who are in undergraduate or even in secondary school, will you tell the name of any atom without a neutron? Answer is yeah, hydrogen. Hydrogen is having only 1 electron, 1 proton. Once you remove the electron, only proton is remaining. That is hydrogen. So in this case, if you, the same hydrogen, if you add 1 neutron, 1 proton, and electron is same, it has become the isotope of this hydrogen. It is deuterium, D. And again, if you add 1 more neutron in this, like this, and here in nucleus there is 1 proton and 2 neutron. It is called triton. So H, D and T in sun or in plasma, these 2 isotopes, they are gaining the energy, deuterium and tritium. And after that, their electron is becoming free from here by energy. And then this deuterium and tritium, D plus T, they will combine and you will get helium and plus huge amount of energy. This is our whole, you can say, controlled thermonuclear fusion of plasma. So first you have to create the plasma. Once you are successful to create the plasma, then you have to control it, because it is very having high amount of energy. So it's very difficult. It is so much unstable. So stability is the first thing. So what they are doing, they are putting in magnetic field, very strong magnetic field, so it will be stabilized. And that stability is there. And after that, then fusion is taking place and we are getting a huge amount of energy. And this experiment is successful. And I am talking today in the year 2025 in France. They have very powerful lab and reactor, and where still lot of advancement is going on. That's why in future, your one alternate source of energy, which will be definitely, I can say, we have a high potential, and the problem of energy will be solved. So here, let me show you some of the images. You can see here very clearly the plasma, 4th state of matter is created, and it is put in stellator. We call it stellator, that is coil of magnetic field, very strong magnetic field, and that's why this plasma is stable and ready for use for, that is, fusion of 2 nuclei of isotope of hydrogen, that deuterium and tritium. You can see very clear picture here. One tritium, that is H2, they are not writing T, D and T, but they are supposed to write, they are only writing the isotope 2 and 3. So one is deuterium, and where 3 is written, that is tritium. And these 2, they are fused together, and after fusion, the helium is formed by releasing a huge amount of energy. So that one is actually in plasma form. And when it is fused, then fusion reaction has taken place by release of huge amount of energy, and the hydrogen is converted into, that isotope is converted into new atom, and that is helium. So here let me make it very clear. On this earth, there are two types of reaction. And this question I used to ask at undergraduate and postgraduate level. That what is difference in chemical reaction and nuclear reaction? So many will reply that here nucleus is involved, their atom is involved, but this is not exact, concrete, experimental reaction. Answer. Satisfactory, no. So here, in one sentence, I can say that in the case of chemical reaction, whatever atoms, elements which are involved in the reaction, after reaction, we get product. And in product, the identity of reactant is maintained. For example, if sodium is combining with chlorine, we will get sodium chloride. So sodium will remain sodium. Chlorine will remain chlorine. They are not going to be changed. Their identity is maintained and we will get sodium chloride. But here you have seen, in the case of nuclear reaction, once two isotopes of hydrogens, that is deuterium and tritium, when they are fused together, there is new element is formed, and that is helium. So these two hydrogens in the form of isotope, they have lost their total identity. They are no more hydrogen. A new element, a new matter is formed. That is the main difference in nuclear and chemical reaction, and that is the main difference in chemical bomb and nuclear bomb. And this is what I am showing the image of, very clear plasma state, because all the gaseous form, after absorbing huge amount of energy, and then their electrons are separated from outside the nucleus, and now nucleus is there in the form of positive ion, and electron is there, a free electron, and all together is called new state, that is called plasma state of matter. So here I have already given the form of summary how plasma is formed, how it is confined, how it is controlled, and then after fusion we get huge amount of energy. So number one, the process of controlled thermonuclear fusion, that is called CTF, is a process that aims to replicate or duplicate the energy production of the sun on the earth. This is the main objective. How to replicate the sun on the earth to produce that energy in the form of sun. And here we have to see how the fourth state of plasma is involved. Plasma creation, how plasma is created. Unless we create the plasma, fourth state of matter, we cannot think of replicating or duplicating the sun. So first, for that, ionization. You need ionization energy so that you can knock down, make the electron free from the nucleus of the isotope of hydrogen. Only then plasma will be formed. So here first condition is ionization. A gas typically is a mixture of isotope of hydrogen, and that is in the form of deuterium, that is capital D, and tritium, that is capital T, and all those explanations I have already given. Is heated to create a plasma state, and where atoms are ionized and electrons are separated from nuclei. Plasma is created after supplying huge amount of energy. Number two, plasma confinement means to keep it stable. That is called plasma confinement, control form, because it is having huge amount of energy is absorbed in very high energy state. So it is very much unstable. It is very, that is the main issue, main problem today, which is what they are doing the research in France. how to control the plasma, how to confine the plasma in stable state. So that is called plasma confinement. The plasma is confined in a magnetic device. You have seen the image under very strong magnetic field. That is called actually stellator. Stellator is nothing, is a very powerful electromagnetic device. Under that control, plasma is confined and stable to maintain its stability and prevent it from combining into contact with the walls of the device. Number 2, plasma properties. What are the properties of plasma? Number 1, high temperature. Plasma is heated to high temperature up to 150 million degrees centigrade to achieve the nuclear fusion. Once plasma is heated up to that temperature, 150 million degrees centigrade, fusion will not take place. So at that temperature, those nuclei which are separated in the form of plasma, they will combine, they will be fused, and huge amount of energy is released along with one neutron. Fusion. And number 2, high density. You have to maintain high density. So the plasma is compressed to high density to increase the fusion reaction. Once density is increased, collision will be more and definitely product will be more. Then third is long confinement time. If plasma is stable, confined for longer time, the product of fusion will be more. So energy will be more. More energy will be produced after the fusion of two nuclei. Then long confinement time for sufficient time to complete the nuclear fusion reaction. Number 3, fusion reaction. Number 1, deuterium, that is D plus titanium T. So DT fusion is very common, and it's the most common where deuterium nucleus and tritium nucleus are fused to form helium, and it will give a neutron, releasing huge amount of energy, and that plasma instability is the main concern today. Research of 2024 and even today 2025, there is a research institute in Paris, that is France, that is called ITER, means International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor in France, and it is focusing on plasma confinement, how to maintain the stability of plasma. That is the main work. Once they are successful in that confinement, means stability of plasma, every country will be having their own sun. Stability and control to produce 10 times more nuclear energy, just like our sun. So it's a very interesting thing. I can say that now we are on the road of synthetic sun. We have one natural sun for this planet Earth. Of course, there are so many other planets, but for Earth there is one natural sun. But we are on the road to synthesize sun in synthetic form. People should not bombard the question, because the word organic came from living organism. Some 200 years ago, they were believing that whatever compound hydrocarbon chain is found in animal or in plants or in living organisms, it cannot be synthesized. It is all synthesized by Almighty Allah or God, and it is having some special type of vital force that human being cannot create. But when ammonia and carbon dioxide was combined, there was formation of urea, and that from that day it was clear that we all can synthesize the organic compounds in the same way. Once this controlled thermonuclear reaction is going on, it is successful, they are successful in doing that, then one day it will be there, our synthetic sun. So with this, I will stop once again. Thank you very much for watching the lecture.